come travel with me for the first time out west. When I tell you I did not think that I was ever going to be able to travel out west, I seriously believed it. But with some inspiration and some really good friends and my girlfriend, we made it. As you saw, we flew into Vegas, where we picked up our rental car and we headed straight out to our Airbnb, which was in Cannonville, Utah. So we had about a 4-hour drive. So on day 2, which was our actual day going into the park, we were about 20 minutes away, so we drove there and we started the Queen Navajo Loop Trail. We parked at Sunrise Point, we started the Queen's Garden Trailhead, entered through the Navajo Loop, and then we finished at the Sunset Parking. There wasn't a shuttle system, so we had to walk the West Rim Trail in order to get back to Sunrise Point. Altogether, I think it was about 3, maybe 5 miles. We stopped a lot, took a lot of videos and a lot of pictures. I was not prepared at all for how red and orange and how bright and vibrant all of the colors would be on this trail. It was seriously the best trail by far. The trail kind of gives you a view from the bottom of the canyon, and then when you walk your way up to the top of the canyon, you can see down below and look at all the hoodoos and see all the switchbacks. Some parts of the trail, like this one right here, tells you that you need to be careful because there might be falling rocks, any kind of slippery areas. But all in all, it was a super safe trip. The trail was great. I would do it a million times over if I could. So on day 3, we headed out of Bryce Canyon, checked out of our Airbnb, and we headed to Zion National Park, which we stayed in Springdale. But on our way there, we decided to take a little road trip and headed to Cedar City. In Bryce Canyon, it was snowy a little bit. There wasn't a lot of snow, but once we hit Cedar City, it was snowing. I mean, it was coming down. It looked so pretty. It was gorgeous. We were wanting to take the Navajo Lake Trail to walk around the Navajo Lake, but we couldn't because we couldn't find the freaking road. Oh, and also to mention, we got our car stuck. Literally, right there. Anyways, we decided to make the most of our time, and we had a lot of fun doing it. After that, we hightailed it out of there and made it into Zion National Park. Look at it. Oh, it's so pretty. I was not prepared at all. The sheer size of this place is massive. It took us 45 minutes alone just to get from one area to our Airbnb from entrance to entrance in Zion. Now, we went during the cold months, during December, and there was no shuttle system, so we were able to drive our personal car on the scenic drive. Normally, you're not allowed to do that, and normally you can't get anywhere near that with your own vehicle. I don't think I have any videos of it, but we took our e-bikes that we rented across the street from our Airbnb, and we could drive the e-bikes on the scenic drive, which was well worth the money, 100%. Again, I don't have any videos of this, but we did visit the Narrows by walking the Riverside Walk Trail. We weren't going to rent any of the gear that it takes to go through it, and plus it's freezing freaking cold, okay? We were talking about 20-degree weather, 18-degree weather. We weren't doing it. But we did end up hiking the 3-mile trail of the Emerald Pools Trail, which took us a little longer because it was kind of just straight up, but it was gorgeous, trust and believe. Once we left Zion, we took about a 4.5-hour drive to Pahrump, which was still in Nevada, but it was about 40 minutes drive to Death Valley, which was in California. We only spent 1 day in Death Valley, and we just kind of hit up the key points. I believe right here is Mosaic Canyon. We didn't make it all the way there because none of us took water bottles. We just thought we were going on a little walk. Didn't happen. Definitely was a longer trail than what we anticipated, but it was still fun to walk around and look at all of the cool sights. Took a nice little scenic drive. We passed a lot of key points that we wanted to go see. We did a lot of exploring here. It was more of just going around looking at stuff rather than trying to hit big hikes. Here's Painter's Palette. On camera you can't really see it, but in person you could really see the different colors of clay that make out the different colored palettes. And my absolute favorite was Badwater Basin. This is the lowest point in North America. Absolutely coolest thing ever. We were about 200 feet below sea level. Super dope. And last but not least, we made it to the Mesquite Flat Sand Dunes. It was absolutely wonderful. This trip was amazing, and I cannot believe that I even got to do this. And I hope that the next time I can record some more of it footage and do this again, because this was so much fun.